Good morning, my dear mountaineering fans. My name is Nick, I'm from Switzerland, and today you're joining me on the beautiful T5 hike, Chli Windgällen. We're at the moment in the canton Uri, but the Chli Windgällen is actually part of the Glarus Alps. It's approximately 2,986 meters, so we will need to do an ascent of in total 1,600 and something meters, which is quite a lot, and you're already starting from the beginning on quite steep. But hey, what could be better than a Saturday morning with a beautiful challenge, right? It should be a beautiful day. Saturday, approximately 20 degrees. Up there, probably way less. But it's one of the last nice and sunny days, so I thought, hey, T5 hike it is. Alright, enjoy the sceneries, I hope you like it, and see you later on. And this time we're trying a new technique, well, if you can call it a technique, but you know how all these ultra runners, ultra trail runners, and in general all the really fit people that can do a lot in a short time use these gels, these energy booster gels, carbohydrates in liquid form. Well, today we're trying that out actually. I went yesterday to Decathlon because they had everything in stock, and I bought a couple of them, as well as some energy bars from almonds and honey, I think, and obviously sugar to give you some energy. So I thought to myself, because this is a 1,600 meter elevation hike, which is quite something, let's see how much energy something like that can give me compared to literally just normal food that they normally consume and just nuts that they usually use. So we'll definitely try that out for you and see how applicable for a normal hike it actually is. Gonna update you about that as well. And just behind me you can see the famous mountain Bristen, and I think I'm gonna tackle this one as my next goal over here. I mean, it simply looks majestic, especially now with the sun. Just wow. And we have a lot of cows coming, or something. It's gonna be a crazy ride. You can hear it already. Yeah, and this is just a typical part of Switzerland. A lot of traffic on the road. They were super cute. Trying now for the first time one of these energy bars. They're super small. And it's honey and almonds. And honestly, it just tastes like marzipan. I don't know if you say marzipan in English, but that sugar thing, god damn, it's good. Really tasty. And if I'm not mistaken, this up there is the end goal. And that, my friends, is where we go, to the top. That looks amazing. Really looking forward to this one. As you saw, the marks are white, blue, white from now on, which means it's an alpine way. So that means more difficulty, heavier exposure. You have to really watch where you're stepping your feet. You have to be sure about what you're doing. As I told you in the beginning, this is a T5 hike, so we will have some pretty serious scrambling at the end, if I'm not mistaken. I've never been here so far, but according to the satellites and a couple of short videos that I saw of people climbing this mountain, it is quite a journey. It's not always very clear which path you have to take and where you have to go, and this is typical for a T5, T6 alpine hike. Yeah, really happy for this challenge, really looking forward to, and we're gonna do some elevation. Damn boy, look at this. What a blessing to live in such a place and to be able to do such things. Happy that you tuned in and that you're joining me on this trip. And I really appreciate that I can share my hobby, my passion with all of you guys. Thank you so much. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have the big brother and we have the small one where I'm going today, because I think on the big one you can't go, because I saw like a warning sign that there was like a avalanche and destroyed something, a path, I would say. But look at this. This is the big one, and this is our goal for today. This is what makes me happy, and it shows me how small my problems are because of how small I am in this world. I'm so grateful to be able to be here. Just wow. By now, approximately 2.5 hours on the road. Rather slow because it's so steep, but simply because to not exhaust my legs too much while I go up. Simply also because it's 1,600 meters in elevation. So when you go up, you also have to go down. And that's where you have the most injuries, right? So I don't want to exhaust myself too much by going too fast. So yeah, 2.5 hours in, and the peak looks, holy moly. Super excited for this one. This must have been a glacier back in the days. Imagine how this looked like. Wow, so sad it's gone. At least I think it's a glacier. But typically this is what the stone looks like when a glacier was here, and now it's gone. It's breathtaking. And this, my friends, is one of the reasons why, well, here I would say it's a T4 hike, not a T5, but maybe it's a T5 because it's still exposed, and down there where I came from you had like no path whatsoever. And this is typical for a T5, I would say. There it really starts, that you have no path, so you have to have the ability to find your own path and to have the knowledge of the terrain, to know where to go, where to step and where not to go. And obviously an offline map helps you tremendously, because here there is no service. Damn boy, super steep section, this one over here, and the wind is blowing extremely hard. Still have to go up here, this way, there, go up, if you can hear me. That's crazy, wow. But yeah, those rocks, very steep. Keep pushing. Do you even see how steep this is? So amazing to go up here. But goddamn, it needs some serious energy. I should have had a bigger muesli in the morning. Oh damn, rockfall just started now. Wow. Ay ay ay. Damn, that makes me fear for this here. Well, cross fingers, nothing happens. And this is how fast it can go. Like literally 1 second everything was good, and the next second you have a rock fall. This truly is dangerous terrain. The forecast did not say that we will have such strong winds. I need to wait a little bit and maybe reevaluate the situation. quite exposed, and with winds that strong, could potentially be dangerous. Let's see how it goes. From time to time, it really is not clear what the path is, and you know, normally where you have like stones on stones that are showing you a little bit of path from people, yeah, forget about that. They are everywhere. So sometimes I'm really confused which way I have to go, and honestly, without an offline map that I downloaded, I would be lost here. But it's cool terrain. This is the last part. Now we have to go up here. Oh, I'm done. And while you are going up here, you really have to pay attention which rocks you see, which rocks are loose, and which ones are good. That's even the big ones here. See how they move? Quite tricky sometimes. And please do me the favor, never put your fingers in between here, because if this one moves, it crushes your finger here, you're done for the day. We made it! Woohoo! Look at this view! Oh my god! This is amazing! Look at the lake down there! And the glacier! Both of them actually! Wow! Holy damn. Can't believe it. We made it. Ooh, it's windy. Damn. Kleine Windgälle. Chli Windgällen. Besteige Gipfel. Nicht damit dich die Welt sieht, sondern damit du die Welt siehst. Andrea Gisler. Very nice. Today is the 20th. We had a couple of people here. So cool. Well then. I can say Chli Windgällen is done. 2,986 meters in 5.5 hours. Well, 5.5 with all the recordings. I guess like 4.5, I would say. What have you? This is epic. And look at the glaciers just over there. Wow, finding this way was way harder than I thought. If you don't have an offline map, you're screwed. So if you consider doing this one, download multiple offline maps just to be safe. worst scrambling part over there is done. That was a damn dangerous part, I have to admit. You're losing yourself so easily because there's literally no path whatsoever. You have to find your own path. Sometimes there is a path and you can kind of see it, but most likely there is not. You really have to be like super awake and aware what you're doing. Ay, ay, ay. Just slowly. Just slowly, because it goes down. Small steps. Be safe that your feet are secured, and then walk. This is the climbing part again. Damn. Alright, let's do this. I think without sticks, this is way easier. And now we have to go down here. You see? Ay, ay, ay. But at least the view is absolutely stunning. Wish me luck. Honestly, Mom, Dad, thanks God for the genetics for my long legs and arms. Holy damn. This is making so many situations easier. Alright, we made it. And that was this part. Right now where I can hold myself with my hands, because that's something you don't see. Alright, I think I got it. No, I don't. Okay, now I got it. Alright. Slowly, slowly. Oh, this one moves. Oh, bueno. Honestly, this part going up was super fun, but going down, yeah, I'd rather be back home now and watch a movie than this. All right, so far so good. Alright guys, I really have to admit, this hike is really dangerous. So, I grew up in the mountains, but I didn't do that many T5, T6 hikes. Yet, I kind of have a good understanding where to go and what to do. But please, make sure to not do this one as a beginner. Because you have sections up there where you lose yourself completely. Even with like an offline map, I sometimes wasn't really capable of saying, okay, am I still on the path? Yes, no. And you just look down and it looks like this. And when you're down there, you kind of see the path, but when you're from above here, you sometimes can be lost. And offline maps, I said it like a million times right now, help a lot. But still, please, 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 this hike is an amazing one, but only do it when you know what you are doing. Otherwise, you're gonna be rescued, for sure. This can happen. The wind is so strong. My eyes are constantly tearing up and I can't see anything. And my eyelashes are going constantly in my eyes. And it's so strong. I can even throw off my balance. But we made the most dangerous part, which was everything up here. From now on, less dangerous, still a lot of moving rocks and you know, very steep, but at least I'm not up there when it's so windy. And yet again, enjoying this view. This is still a very dangerous section because it's super steep and you see what kind of loose rocks you have, so you're slipping super easy. There you go, you see? No matter where you stand with your feet, it somehow slips away. So I'm trying to find always the big rocks that don't move whatsoever and stand on these. This is what you have to do when your legs are already tired. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why the most injuries happen actually not when you go up, but when you return, you go down. How amazing is this when you have everything for yourself? I mean, honestly, what better feeling than this? Conquered a mountain, being able to do so, and then just walking back down, having this freedom just feeling grateful. Honestly, I think I can never move from Switzerland. It's just too damn beautiful. This is what makes me happy. Soon we're done. I'm completely exhausted. Can't wait to be home. Have like a huge short rest or something like that. See you when I'm in the car. And we're done. Finally. Cable car is literally in front of us. Now let's hope I don't need to wait half an hour if there are many people, or the schedule is like super slow. Then it is what it is. But right now I need some fuel back in my system, going back to my car, getting in some comfy shoes and just relax for a moment. Conclusion will come in the car. And finally arrived in the car. I am absolutely exhausted. That was now a 10-hour day for me. Obviously I didn't hike for 10 hours. Like the way up takes you, if you're okay-ish fit, approximately 4.5 hours. And if you can find your way perfectly good, then, especially like in the first quarter, I would say, from the descent, then you can be back at the car or the cable car or whatever your measurement would be, 2.5, 3 hours. But let me tell you, finding the way up there to descend, that's a tricky one. So I was aware that it is a T5 hike. I was aware that there are absolutely no marks, that there is no path, that you have to find your own path per se. Thankfully in Switzerland we have, through Swiss Topo, we have basically every single path in an app that you can download offline, and you can see it while you're hiking, and therefore you can follow this path. But when you're up there, and you saw it up there, the Scrambling, when you're standing there, trust me, sometimes you're like, huh? Where exactly do I have to go now? Because no matter where you look at, it's just like, it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. And you're literally like, the map shows me I have to go straight. But if I would go straight, there's a cliff. How the heck am I supposed to go straight? And then you're lost. So, could it be that my phone isn't perfectly aligned and can't find the GPS? Maybe. Or sometimes it was literally the fact that you had to climb down these rocks. So this was the path. It was just a difficult one. And yeah. Main part here, I would say, is if you would like to go to the Chli Windgällen, be prepared to have at least 2 maps that are offline, just to be sure. Be prepared that you will lose your path, that you will not know exactly anymore where to go up or where to go down. And be prepared in this moment to just breathe in, stay calm, slowly consult the app again, walk a little bit around, but don't bring yourself in like a dead zone where you're climbing up or down somewhere where you shouldn't, and then you're screwed. So just look a little bit around, and most of the times you kinda can see again where you should be. In case you are then on a path where you shouldn't be, go back the way you came. Don't try and force to go somewhere where you're not supposed to, or where you're not absolutely sure, because there you have some sections there. If you get caught in these, game over. Without like climbing gear, no chance. You would need to be rescued, because it would be so dangerous. You like literally one slip and you would fall. And I'm not talking about just like a fall. You would be dead, because you would fall down hundreds of meters, because it was literally like that. So don't bring yourself into this situation. Be aware, it's a T5 hike. It's a very demanding one. So in total, so unfortunately I have an old Apple Watch and my watch died. Didn't have any battery left. So I don't know exactly how long the hike was. But according to the GPX that I had, one path is 5.1 kilometers. So that means you are doing 10.2 kilometers, but in these 10.2 kilometers, you're literally doing 1,600 meters in elevation. This is steep. This is going to like push you really good. So I really advise to you, have some sugary snacks with you. The energy bars and the energy gel that I had from Decathlon, they worked wonders, honestly. I had like 2 of these nuts and honey bars, and I had 2 of these energy gel bars. No, sorry, 1 of these energy gels. I was full of power. At the end, my legs started to shaking. Yeah, because I was literally done. But outside of that, that was really good. So be prepared to have some sugar stuff with you and some electrolytes. Like drink electrolyte water, or tablets in the water, or like Gatorade or whatever you like. But drink enough on this hike. Bring approximately like 2.5-3 liters with you per person. Because if it's nice weather, and only do this hike when it's nice weather, you will sweat. Oh boy, you will sweat. Yeah. Beautiful hike. Couldn't have wished for better conditions. Outside of the wind, that was harsh. But other than that, chef's kiss. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. I really, really appreciate you guys. The ones that are staying till the end. If you liked it, like and subscribe. You know how the game works. This will really help the channel to grow. And if you know someone who likes hiking and who is into it, share it. It's literally for free. Again, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time, and see you on the next one.